Okay, so I'm a little embarrassed by this, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. So recently I ran out of gas. Or I thought I ran out of gas. It turns out that was not the case after several seconds, minute or two of such panic. So when I bought my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750 back in May 2021, actually it was April, I think. Regardless, I didn't know the petcock didn't work. And by didn't work, I mean it always sends fuel to the car regardless of what position it's in. I only know this for sure because I actually, for some reason, turned it off at the gas station one day, put the fuel in the off position to fill up. I think I was trying to build muscle memory as far as like when you stop, put your fuel in the off position, don't leave it on all the time, etc., etc. Except after I got done fueling up, I left it in the off position and rode 45 miles back to the house. So either A, this bike was the most fuel efficient bike on the planet and only used the fuel that was in the carburetor bowl for those 45 miles, which would be insane, by the way, or petcock didn't work. So actually, a few weeks ago, I replaced it, and out of sheer coincidence, this is actually the only time, or the first time, that I ran the fuel low enough to where it needed to be switched to reserve. So I'm cruising along, having a good old time, de-stressing a little bit on the bike, as you do. And, she starts sputtering and starting to die, and I'm twisting the throttle like a crazy person. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this bike? What is happening? Everything was fine. I don't understand. I kept thinking, all right. I mean, was it air, fuel, spark, or something? Three things you need. I don't know. So I was going to pull off to the side of the road, but there was no shoulder at all, pretty much. So here I am in the center, just being dumb. And it took me like a good minute or two, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, all right, dude. I passed a gas station behind me. There's one that's not far from me, in the forward direction I'm moving. Okay, do I leave the bike? Do I walk about? Do I walk forward? Do I walk back? Do I want to call a buddy of mine who's going to be like at least an hour away?
Oh, reserve, dumbass.
And then I realized,
I'm a fucking idiot.
I actually checked the fuel level. I said, wait a minute, there's fuel in here. And then I said, oh, I probably just have to flip it to reserve. And then I did. And it fired up. I gave it a couple revs, made sure everything was good, and we were on our way. So, yeah, I ran out of gas, but I didn't, and I feel kind of dumb really talking about it. It actually reminds me of way back when I bought my first motorcycle. It was a 1985 Honda Nighthawk 450, and, my first video here, I kind of talk about that a little bit. I paid $500 for the bike, rode it around, and my buddy also learned on it. We dropped it quite a few times, which, a $500 motorcycle, that's what it's for, right? I mean, that's just what it does. That's its purpose. And when I bought it from the guy, I was going to ride it like the half mile to the house, and actually died halfway there, and it was because they put the fuel in the off position before they freaking gave me the key. They rode it, stopped it, put the fuel in the off position, they gave me the keys. Like, I think they knew what they were doing, okay? I'm pretty sure they knew exactly what they were doing. And then I felt like an idiot then, too. More so now because I've been riding for at least a year and a half consistently, and I should know better at this point. But either way, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a dumb story. It might be funny, might be fun, I guess. It could be, could not be. I don't know. Just keep an eye on your fuel, guys. And now I know that using the Amazon replacement petcock from China on my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750, I can go about 120 miles before needing to refuel. And actually, I went to the gas station right after switching it to reserve. I think I put a little over 2 gallons in. I was kind of busy, so I was like really trying to just, pump my gas and get the heck out of there. Just trying not to be in anybody's way. And if I'm getting about 50-ish miles per gallon to the bike, which is what I usually do, then I guess that makes sense. That'll give me about 120 you know, with the main fuel and then reserve would probably give me, there's probably another gallon in there, so that probably give me about 50 more miles, which should be plenty. But now I know 120 is my limit. So, anyway, appreciate you guys listening to my stupid ramblings. Yeah, that's the story how I ran out of gas, but kind of didn't really, maybe. Just me being dumb. But we've been there, right? Alright, thanks guys. I'll see y'all.
See you.